I loved living down here when I was a kid, and I still love the bush. We'd go fishing, we'd go yabbing up there in the creek, whatever we wanted to do. You don't notice when you're younger, but when you get older you think, that's beautiful. My name's Fred Baxter. I come here in 1948 because I was 3 months old when I got here. I've been here all my life. Our house consisted of whatever we can find at the tip. Like the post would be maybe, we'd cut a tree down, put 4 posts up, whatever. Bit of tin, bag, and if the tins had holes in it, then we'd get the flour and pieces of paper and stick them on the holes so to stop the weather from coming in. This was our land. When I was a kid, I classed this as our land. We can do whatever we want, whenever we want. It was the best life, and I think our generation now, my grandkids and my kids, I think they missed out on too much of that. Well, I think there's about 300 Aboriginal people in Robinvale now, 200 or 300 living in Robinvale now, and most of them come from around this area. So that's the sand pit there. Nobody ever camped in the sand pit. It was always just along that ridge and around that pit there and along this ridge here. This was always where we came to. Even when the flood would come up, we'd move up the bank. Then when the flood would go down, we'd move back down here. Didn't matter who was down here, whether they come from another town, they was black or white, didn't really matter. If they was older than you, you had to treat them with the same respect as anything else. And if you did, if you did do something wrong, like Mum might have said, oh, got cheeky with one of my elders, whether that be black or white, you dare not tell Mum or Dad, because Mum or Dad, if that white person or that black person got and give me a kick in the bum, then when I went back home and I told Mum and Dad, then I got another one because I had no right of being cheeky to that fella, whether that person is black or white. So, and that's just how it was. That was part of our culture, to respect. It's all about respecting your elders. And my dad said to me, "You're allowed to vote now." And I said, "Well, what's voting? What for?" He said, "You're an Australian citizen." With knowing a few choice words, I said, "Well, what the hell was I before 1967? I was still Fred Baxter. I was still I'm an Aboriginal person in Robinvale. I'm still human, the same as them. What was I before that?" He said, "Oh, you're part of the fauna and fauna." So, what was I? What, Dad? I'm part of the animals, part of the plants. I'm 21 years old, and I've lived in Australia all that time, and all of a sudden the government tells me that you're an Australian citizen. Hang on a minute. There was 12 houses to get the blackfellas hoof out of the bush because they didn't want us here. They put us up there to think that was a training ground to move us then in the white society. Not everybody moved from the sand pit to the mission straight away because there was only 12 houses. So therefore you were splitting the whole community up. We didn't really need that house because we had everything down here. Like nothing was up there. We had a roof over our head and a light, but that's about all it was. If you turn around and put me back in that tomorrow, I'd swap you that for this. I'd come and live back down here. You don't know what it's like. You got to live it to really understand it. I always say to my kids, I wish I could just go like that and stop time and bring my kids back down here and say, this is life.